is my, my money, of course. Again, money, I like everyone to have a lot of money, but I don't want any of you to have my money. Yeah. So can you imagine what the difference between a body and my body is? Wow. $8,000 bills of moisturizer, my body. It would be. You see the difference just in a simple thing like it was so noticeable. Like you'd go meet a woman and it would be you're having a nice time, leisure, enjoying each other's company, hopefully. And then one moment or something, she became your girlfriend. And as soon as she was named your girlfriend, all this other possibility came up, which is I have the right to look at my girlfriend's, let's say, emails. Yeah, I think I want to park at my girlfriend's house 1 in the morning, see if anyone else is coming to visit my girlfriend. Yeah. So can you imagine if that girlfriend gets so much meaning by the mind, what the body, what's happening with the body? Yeah, if it's called yours. It's a because it gets the supreme meaning, which it's you. Yeah. The girlfriend never becomes you. Yeah, the car never becomes you. You may love that car, but you don't love it enough for it to be you. But in the body situation, the love has gone to, or the cherishing, and it's not you and I doing it. It's just it's the sentient mental activity cherishes this idea. Yeah. So my body, uh, see, you may not get how much meaning is being given to it with my body, but you look at other things like money and then my money, or a girlfriend, my girlfriend, right? Or parking space, my parking space, and see how unbelievable the meaning changes about the parking space, the girl, and whatever it is that's preceded by my. Now, put it to my body, which is in a whole other league. Yeah, because the in some sense, it's because it's so much cherished, it becomes you, or it's seen as you. Yeah. Yeah. And that's the weird thing. So there you are as the subjective loving of the object called body, called my body. So the subjectiveness loves the object, yeah, or whatever, or is enamored or just interested in the object because it's mine. So there you go, because obviously the body isn't loving the body, is it? I mean, that would be incredible porn if they could find that out. Yeah, the body loving the body, but the body isn't loving the body. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Something else is. Yeah, now, and that something else thinks it has a body. So I don't know how many, if a body was there, how many bodies does it need? I don't think it's a body that's having the body. Yeah. This is I have 8 bodies, but I'm the hierarchy, I'm the apex body, So it's not a body. So whatever it feels is a body, it's distancing itself from that and calling it my body, which in a way is inferring, hey, it's my body, but I'm not that. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So it's like my dog took a shit, but I'm not that dog. Yeah. So, yeah. So it has this distance that it produces in it. And again, it has this complete reliance on it because the whole show wouldn't go off without the body. And then a sort of dislike by its weightiness and its a lot of things. So that subject that has the body a lot of times doesn't like the body. Yeah. it has the least amount of mercy for the body called yours than any other body. Yeah. Yeah. And it may want to kill the body, your body. Yeah. So if this whole place is, hey, everyone, we started already, I think. I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back to what we were just saying. All right. You might just come out of you needed some clothes. See, now you're not cold, but the body's cold. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. There's just an assumption that it's you, but it's the body's cold. Yeah. Yeah. So now you put on a sweatshirt and you feel what? The body feels better. So the head feels a little relieved. Yeah. Because it's constantly interfacing with this body, blah, 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 back and forth, subject object. And this is what non-duality is. And you'll realize that the head that's taking itself to be the body, and it is of the body. Remember, the brain is of the body of which it is a part, and the brain is projecting this idea of a singularity, you. Yeah. So basically, that you that wants to get out of the body is of the body. It's made up. Yeah. So no matter how much it wants to get out of the body, it can't get out of the body because it's of the body. So when I was with the Course in Miracles, and it was a group, I would say it had crossed the line. It was more occult, a little bit occultish thing, but there we were, and it became obvious that the body was either a big obstacle or something concerning the freedom of spirit, let's say. So one of the lessons in the course was directly targeting the body, which it says, and in a relaxed way, just sit there and I am not a body, I am free, for I am as God created me, something like that. You just say it. Yeah. And you're trying to at least imagine a distance between whatever that you is and the body. Yeah. But that you ain't you. And the distance, it can sort of like, when you throw one of those balls with a string, it looks like it's going, but it comes back, that paddle thing. So it goes shoot, but it comes back. Oh, I don't want to be a body, but he just can't. Yeah, so luckily in my case, it went fast. I was doing this idea and then suddenly it hit me. The only thing that chants it's not a body is a body identification. Yeah. Everything that's not in a body knows it's not in a body. So it doesn't have to chant, I'm not a body. It knows it's not a body. The only thing that would chant, I'm not a body, is something that thinks it's the body. And so the head that's of the body is chanting, it's not a body. It's like, you ever see Dave Chappelle had this very good comic. He had a very good routine where he was blind and he was a black guy and he was one of the heads of the KKK where he lived, but he was black, but he was blind. He never saw him color. And he'd have an attendant and they'd drive him to the meeting and he don't kill those, whatever. And there's a sort of like, the fish trying to get out of the fish as a fish. Yeah. 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 So my body. So if you hear it in the language, yeah, it sounds like what's before my is not a body, obviously. Yeah. It wouldn't be before my is body, and then before my is saying my body. So body saying my body, wouldn't that be redundant? Yeah. But so obviously what's implied in the false subject is it's not a body. Yeah, because like when you're talking with people, my body did this, my body, my knee, this and that. Yes, there's a sound, there's a feeling which isn't true that you're separate from the body, and that's why I believe you can have this false hope of thinking, you're going to leave the body at the last minute, yeah, and then you're going to escape from the described ending of the body, and you're going to continue. Yeah, but it's not so because you're like that voice box in that the blow up dolls. Yeah, see, I can say the same thing I did last week because no one remembers, but these these blow up dolls I used to sell, at this Pink Pussycat boutique. I worked at a porno store when I was younger, and I had trouble with a number of the things they sold, but the one that really bothered me was these blow up dolls. They had strawberry, blonde, and brunette, three of them, and three apertures. And people would come in and buy them, and if you inquired, if you wanted to screw with them a little bit, what are you getting this for? And they go bachelor party or something like that. And then you didn't push it. Your boss said, don't interrogate them. Just sell the doll. So I, and I was, so I was teetering at the, edge. This is because I was thinking they were doing something. Yeah. And it wasn't a bachelor party. They were alone, but so as I went on, they got another model. Everyone's always progressing their ideas. So this model was the same three hair colors, the same three dolls, but they had a voice box on it. And the voice box would say, I love you, I love you, I love you. Uh, it had like 5 sayings. And I would think if I would have stayed, they probably came with a more advanced one with 15 sayings. But for this one, the stock model is 5 things. And you'd pull this cord and then it would say this stuff. I just couldn't do it. So I, I quit the job. It was a very prestigious job. I quit the job because it just crossed the line. I said, because my imagination was picturing what could have been happening. I said, yeah, this is no good. So here's the head. Yeah, the head is living as if it has a body. Yeah, which gives us this insane idea that when the body ends, it's going to continue. Yeah. See, what reincarnates is not a body. Yeah. So a body incarnates, it means you can see it. Yeah. But what keeps reincarnating is you as not a body. So you go into different bodies, but you're going to have a long run. So don't worry. Don't worry that you blew it and you didn't this and that. You got tons of time. Just keep going. Yeah. So, but that that balloon is tethered to something, which is this body idea. Yeah. No matter how much it loves it or hates it, it ain't getting out of it because there's no thing that could get out of it. There's no thing. There's not another thing that that could be christened you because the thing that's christened you now isn't true. Yeah. So when you launch off from this to another place, you can't launch off. This is it. In this dreaming, this is the only place this is happening. Yeah. There's not like tons of yous jumping into, there's no you. The idea of being a long-lasting, independent, separate entity is this interpretation of the body, basically. But you don't believe that long-lasting, separate, independent entity is not the body. The head does not believe it's the body. It doesn't. That's why it says my body. Yeah. So when it looks at the body and it's talking to someone, it goes, my body, check it out. What's that says it's mine? Yeah. It's of the body, but it doesn't think so.
Mm, mm.
Yeah. So what's really getting obsessed about isn't the body. It can show remnants of that. The obsession is with the idea of the you. This subjectiveness is the real obsessive thing, which is, and the obsession goes on for longer than this body is going to last, so to speak. Yeah. So there's a real cherishing of self, but the self isn't the body. It's that feeling of having a body. Just like when people say ego, the ego ain't it, I don't feel, because when people describe the ego, they say, I have an ego. Yeah. Or my ego, just like they talk about the body, they talk about ego. So what is that can have an ego and lose an ego and can have a body and lose a body? Is it an ego? Is it a body? It doesn't seem to be. What is it? Just a mental construct. Yeah. It gets uh it needs the body. It's essential to keep projecting what it thinks everything's going on, this idea of you. But in a sense, it has no real like for the body. Yeah. Yeah. So when somebody hates himself, it's really the subject hating the object. And because there's a mix up, they say, I hate myself. No, you don't hate yourself. You're just witnessing the subject idea hating the object idea. And this is not two. So you're not the body nor that which has a body, yeah, or thinks it has a body. It's a not two-ness. So you see the object as not you. And then because the body's not claiming the activity, it represents the claiming of the activity. So when there's an action, it's not the body that's saying, I'm the actor, it's the head. Yeah. It's that which is not the body, the subject. Yeah. Claims to be the doer, and how it's pictured in the memory and everything is a body. But the body ain't doing any of it. The body isn't, when the body does something, it doesn't get there's no body. It's not getting shit. It's just, yeah. The body is used to represent the claiming of all the verbing of this life. So the puppet is given life, yeah, not by the puppet's movements, but the claiming of movements and then assigning it to the puppet, yeah. And that's what the head does. Yeah. So there's the subjectness is what's giving all the meaning to the object. The object isn't giving that meaning to shit, really. Yeah. So when you first see what you're not, it's usually the body. And then most people miss the second part, that which thinks it has a body, because now it's thinking it doesn't have a body. You see the duality? So it was in a state of having a body, and then something wakes it up and it realizes I'm not the body, but it still thinks it's what it is. Yes? Yeah. So now the object gets okay, I've learned I'm not that, but that which is saying I'm not that was saying I was that. It's the same thing. This thing that was saying I was that is now saying I'm not that. It doesn't change shit, really. You're walking around, I know I'm not a body, and then you immediately go into the sun and get a shawl and get your hand warmers on. Yeah. So I'm not a body. What's not a body doesn't declare it's not a body. It's only that mistaken subject that thinks it's a body, doesn't want to be a body, will say, I'm not a body. Yeah. But everything that it does is reinforcing it. Yeah. So when it says I'm not a body, it's getting reinforced. When it was saying I was a body, it was getting reinforced. Yeah. So when one doesn't work, it gets caught. Hey, I'm not a body. It goes, I'm not. Oh, it goes, oh, I'm a body. It goes, I'm not a body. It starts mimicking, I'm not a body. But that's why you would think that would do it, but it doesn't do it. I mean, you don't get in deep ease and comfort because you're not, it's really not two. It's just an imaginary two from really nothing in a sense. Yeah. So when you recognize it's not, that ain't it. You have to recognize it is and it's not. Yeah. One day it was saying it is a body, and now it's saying it's not a body. That's the non-duality. That's the negation right there. Yeah. So why would, if the language, this happens in recovery a lot. In recovery, in the world of alcoholism, when the book came out of the big book of AA in the 30s, at that point, they had a pretty good understanding that the major killer of most alcoholics was resentment, a resentment and a grievance. This killed more alcoholics than anything else. It's incredible. Yes. So this reeing, this reeing, this reeing. So where was I going with that?
Resentment.
Oh, I know that. Yeah.
Mental apparatus clinging on to it.
No, it doesn't matter. We have a sale on Tupperware today. I hit another channel, the frequency got broken into. Do you think you need a hernia belt? Wait a minute. No, it doesn't matter. I think I got it across. The whole idea when I was at that point with great earnestness and willingness, and I was basically chanting, I'm not a body, it became obvious a few days later, the only thing that would do that would be a body, the body identification. So that false subject was now practicing the Course in Miracles. It was now practicing, I'm not a body. Now, the topic that was clear about, yeah, it was describing is the body, but it was taking itself to be me now and making it clear I'm not a body. Yeah, but that ain't me. Yeah. So it's not like you see one, you see both, you see two. That's why the self-inquiry, you're just sitting here, and very rarely does a subject object appear at the same time in this little head dance. Yeah. So here, the subject goes, who am I? And it's looking at what the body. So you go and you're sitting here and you go, who am I? And then you're asking the body, and the body doesn't know shit. So it goes, no sound. And then it like a ventriloquist, it throws its voice and it goes, me. Yeah. And then suddenly you go, who's this me? And Radio Free Europe, dessert, nothing stopped. And then at that point, you see they both get negated. So the one who's asking, which is the subject, who am I? And the one that's being asked, which is the object, negate each other. Yeah. So you're not the asker and you're not that which is being asked. And then they would say what Zen would say, you see your original face. Yeah. You get a momentary absence of the things running around supremely. Yes. There's this root. Guess you got the subject and the object in the same room at the same time. And yeah, yeah. Remember there was these movies where they had a killer and they couldn't figure out, and then they realized they were twins. And they finally got them in the same room and they could realize it. But they were wondering, how is he getting over, downtown and then back to uptown so quick to kill people? Well, what? And then suddenly, whoa, he has a twin. So this is the non-duality of this mystery. It's you find them in the same room at the same time. Yeah. And you see it's very quick. but you see the claiming. Yeah. So when it's I'm that, I'm that, I'm that, just living, and then suddenly it gets called on and it goes, I'm not that, you see it. So you see where you used to look from. You see it being built. It's not built, it's just implied. So yeah, you see it, and then you see the emperor with no clothes. Yeah. And then while it keeps doing, because this ain't changing what you want to change, the system's just going to do what it does. Yeah. There'll be a loss of interest in the system, but the system does not lose interest in itself. It just keeps running. Yeah. But you and I lose interest in it. That's the way it works, I feel. Yep. So you and I lose interest, and now you see where you used to look from. This idea of this little subject objectness in this singular body, seemingly. Yeah. And it's little arguments, conflicts, and this and that going. Yeah. You see that. And then, of course, there was always this belief that if you saw it, it was going to change. And then you grow out of that after a while. You go through an adolescence of understanding. You do. You had all these ideas that, oh, if I just saw that, everything would be great. No, it keeps on keeping on. It's a loss of interest in it. That's the relief. The relief isn't that it stops. A lot of shit may stop, but if you're dependent on it stopping, it's probably not going to. Yeah. So if you have a subtle requirement that it has to stop for me to be at peace, your peace is conditional. Yeah. So you see the emperor with no clothes because it doesn't have any. And then all the time it appears to have clothes, you have a knowing it has no clothes. You don't need to have the reveal because there's a knowing of it now. Yeah. The knowing was there to begin with, but now it's available. So you don't have to wait for that incredible experience of seeing the emperor with no clothes. You saw enough already. And it gets into dog shit awareness. You just super ordinary Novato awakeness, Novato, California. That's what it is. Just awakeness. You're just fucking on constantly. Yeah. And then these shows go and there's a following of them. But before you were following them so much, you were the character. Now you have the space to see the character or the actor, not from the actor's point of view. So the movie used to be, it was like a big move in horror movies where they started to show it from the killer's view. So you wouldn't see the killer, but you'd be walking where he went and then see the knife. Yeah. And it was really cool. Yeah. So that's what we are like. We're just seeing everything from the actor's view. And then suddenly you get the message and you see it from the director's view. Yeah. 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 The actor doesn't see it from the director's view. You're not the actor. This is not, all right, I'm going to make the actor the director. No, the actor ain't you. It's just an appearance of actor. It's not going to become a super actor and become it's not, it just you lose interest in it, and it just keeps it right now. The actor may think it's as great as it was years ago, but the audience has left the theater. The interest and attention of what you are has left the theater quite a lot. The actor doesn't know that. It's still going, doing his shtick. Yeah, it will. It will. It's not like the actor changes. It may, it will. But if you're determining the piece based on the actor's condition, that's a conditional piece. This is freedom from the actor. Yeah. And yet the actor keeps acting, just like they say. This song keeps on that. Yeah. So I don't believe the investigation can end quickly. And then the conviction's in. And now you're in a state of being convinced, and now your underlying stillness is having a say in the surface activity. You just travel lighter as the action figure. Yeah, it's a byproduct. That wasn't the point, but that's incredible. Just like the head being like CNN, like a news channel 24/7, and having it made into Comedy Central was an incredible move. I had no idea I would just thought it was going to end and I wasn't going to hear CNN. No, what happened is I got the satire version. It's fucking great. It is. It's freaking great because the actors are still acting very dramatically and sternly, but the audience is laughing. Hmm? It's it's the audience is laughing. Yeah. See, well, Groucho Marx would be playing to the audience to laugh at the guy he was with. Yeah. Yeah. So Groucho was in the movie, but he knew he wasn't in the movie. Well, everyone else was in the movie thinking they were in the movie. That's why it was a cool way, his humor. Yeah. Yeah. Because he'd be riffing on and they weren't what? So I thought it was going to change, but it doesn't. It goes on uninterrupted. It just still keeps. uh, but it's the audience that is the attention can't be grabbed by the actor. It just presents the actor. It's the audience that gets attracted to it. Yeah. And then you get seemingly lost. Like we had that story of when I used to go to Asia, you could buy these little cardboard box cameras and they'd only have one roll. You had like 12 shots. And when you brought it to be developed, you never saw the camera again. They threw the cardboard out. Yeah. So it wasn't the camera. It was the film and the pictures. So, and then the next day, they developed me to throw it out. So let's say there's this camera like that here, and they had like a plastic lens, so you really couldn't see. You just point and hope, really. You couldn't really see what you were shooting, but they were like $10 or something. So let's say there's this huge, huge, incredible camera with 360-degree HD and everything like that. And it comes into this room where all these different cameras are, and it decides to look through this camera. And as it looks through the camera, it forgets itself. And it's now looking through the camera as the camera, the little cardboard camera. And once in, it can't seem to get out because it thinks the in would have to be the thing that gets out. Do you see? When you get in, what you are there can't get out. When the head goes in, it can't get out. Yeah, because it doesn't exist. So it's in and it's wanting to get out. That's just part of the in. Yeah. So this big camera looks through this cardboard camera and forgets its camera-ness, and now it's this cardboard camera. Yeah. And if it wanted to get out, it would be trying to get out as the cardboard camera. Yeah. The easy out would be it's never in, even though it's looking through this camera. I'm not that camera, but it doesn't get that. Yeah. So the only way from there it could wish to leave that camera is as the camera. Do you see the futility of it? Yeah. So there it is. It's looking through the camera and it gets lost, and it's feeling like potential because it remembers incredible pictures it used to take. Yeah, and now this shit is like, so then of course it's not super correct on what's going on. So it feels like I'm going to improve myself as this cardboard camera. And then it saves up $5,000 to get a Nikon incredible Nikon lens, and it's hoping this is definitely going to increase the quality of the pictures. Yeah. And it puts the lens on the first lens, and you're still seeing through the Nikon lens through the plastic lens. You're still seeing, no matter the Nikon lens to have any effect would have to get before the plastic lens. And it can't get before the plastic lens because the plastic lens is what's calling itself the camera. Yeah. So the plastic lens nullifies your $5,000 Nikon, even though if you brought it back, they say this is perfect. It can do this and that. But when it has it on you, it doesn't do shit because you're seeing through that lens, through the plastic lens first. And what comes first is going to affect what comes later. Yes. Later may not affect what comes first, but first will definitely affect what comes later. Yeah. Yeah. So it goes on and on like this, and it's getting confounded and frustrated. And then something walks in and talks, and it doesn't seem to direct the talk to the cardboard thing. It seems like it's talking to something else. And it says, hey, yeah. And he says, oh, the cardboard box? No, you. And finally he goes, hey, bro, you're not the cardboard box. And suddenly it gets it. Yeah. So it doesn't, there wasn't like an operation to separate it. It was frozen by its misunderstanding. Once it got the invitation that it wasn't it moved back and the cardboard didn't come with it. And now it started to see what it used to look from. It sees the cardboard thing with super HD without having to buy Nikon lenses. Yeah. This is the message in a way. This is what happens. The dilemma is where we're starting, we're already taking ourselves to be the body and the subject of the body. Yeah. So when it wishes to get out, it wants to get out as that. And that's the in that we're in. So the in tells us it wishes to get out, but it can't get out of itself. You have to see you're not that to be out. Your hope to it to finally escape and be out, it can't. It can't go there. It only appears there. Yeah. It can't, there's not a heaven with golf courses. It's not, there's nothing like this. Heaven is a subjective experience in a way. Yeah. And so is hell. Yeah. And they're both encompassed in this little thing, and they're both temporary in this little cardboard box camera. Yeah. So what longs to be free is that which can't. That's why non-duality doesn't have a lot of mea culpas, doesn't have a longing. We don't have bhajans. We don't have giant long things of the suffering, the torment, and then the joy of finding it. Yeah. It's just, a loss of interest, no parades, nothing. Just the obvious fact that I can't get out of what I'm not in, and I can't get into what I'm not out of. Yeah, simple, gets clear. And Novato can be, Crystal Palace.
Dharamsala.
Yeah, Dharamsala West. Yes, this is what happens. This is how it's fell apart with me anyway. Yeah, so I saw a lot of people get introduced to one I'm not. Yeah. But when the emphasis on that one gets figured out, the emphasis just moves to the other. It's like an amoeba. You've got to see both as not you. Yeah. So something in somebody that says it really wants it, that's not you either. Yeah. You are representing the state that you want to get into, literally. Yeah. You're not going to find peace. You're going to entertain peace. Peace is available. Yeah. Yeah. So the my word is important because it signifies something before it. that has more valuable than that which comes after it. So, yeah. And that something before it is just a shadow. It's just a projection. There's nothing there. Yeah. Yeah. So when I look to get warm, I know it's the body wanting to get warm. I don't have a big story. I'm always looking to get warm. No, it's just, yeah. The body, a lot of what the body does isn't worthy of a novel, a giant, ongoing essay or blog. Yeah. Just have, just do it, do it. Yeah. 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 All right. Well, anyone? Oh, Mary Champagne has graced our little humble Zoom. Nice to see you. Vlad, Portugal. Vlad, come or go, it doesn't matter. We'll be seeing each other somewhere soon. Yeah. Stephen R., always a pleasure. Shannon, thank you so much for all you do for the Zen Bitch Lab. Yeah. Vimal, nice to see you. Richard Ascott, my friend in London. Yeah. Crispy, always. Walter, you're looking the best I've seen you, Walter. Wow. You've had an incredible transformation. Keep it up there. Stephen Mack, nice to see you on Having Never Left. On Having Never Left. Yeah. On Having Never Left. So every time you arrive, there's always going to be a whisper on Having Never Left until finally you sort of get it. Yeah. So every place that you thought you weren't, or condition that you thought you didn't have, and then you work hard to get it, and then you seem to get it for a fleeting moment, something tells you on Having Never Left. It's always been this way. Yeah. So Matthew, sober, good. Florida, John, Nick, nice to see you, Nick. Annette. Now I've seen Annette under a lot of roofs now. The roof of the car, the roof of the apartment. That's good. You needed to get introduced to roofs in your life. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Jamie, nice to see you. Rick Rowe, Toronto. Always a pleasure, Rick. Graham in Spain, I'd imagine. Paula, Greg from Minneapolis. Nice to see you, Greg. Johannes, Germany. Nice to see you. Chris H, getting ready for December. JP, Midwest. Saraswati, letting her hair hang down today, looking nice. Roman Mueller, the radiator is out. Yes. Matt and Big Sur, he's at the Big Sur Library. Don't take any books out there. Yeah. We've got Rob Helmer, a guest from BC, Canada. Nice to see you, Rob. All's well in your very placid, calm life. That's good. Bridget Luckenbill, nice to see you. Arlen, Arlen's good. Mike G, nice to see you, Mike. Mike can come see us maybe down in San Clemente when we're in Joshua Tree. Jojo Silverman, nice to see Jojo. Chris Gilmore, Gary Clark from Placerville. Yeah, everyone here. Nice to see you all.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you, thank you. Hey, listen, we'll be here whenever. Tuesday, hopefully. Yeah, could be. So thank you so much. If no questions, it's great. We can end early today, eh? Yeah.
Yeah.
Short and sweet. Was that all right? Yes. Yeah. Nice dose. I'm I'm bringing down the dosage. Yes. The satsang shots. You don't this sense of addictiveness happen. I gotta lower it down. Just give you a nice little whack in the ass. Yeah. All right. Thank you. See you guys. Yeah. Yeah. Good.